In this video we are going to talk about Bryson DeChambeau reveals his LIV contract earnings. So before starting this video, like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for future updates. Even the biggest stars in golf appear to be abandoning the PGA Tour in favor of the Saudi rebels. Fans of the LIV Golf Series are enraged by the circumstance. Let's take a look at this, as well as some other golf-related headlines. Bryson DeChambeau, one of the youngest players to ever play on the PGA Tour, has made history. In 2016, he made his pro debut and went on to win on the PGA Tour. He also won the US Open in 2020. He's one of just 5 players to win both the US Amateur and NCAA Division I titles in the same year. And he's only 28 years old. After a stellar career, it appears that his time on the PGA Tour is coming to an end. So far, DeChambeau has earned the moniker scientist for his methodical approach to the game of golf. And while it's definitely paid off, the next stage appears to be the LIV Gold Series. First up, Bryson DeChambeau enters the LIV Golf Series, and he is unquestionably the biggest player in the game right now. Even though it's unsurprising that he joined, it's still a contentious issue. Until lately, Chambeau had remained silent on whether or not he will preserve his PGA Tour membership. As a result, we have no idea what the PGA Tour's future holds right now. Obviously, we don't expect the DeChambeau to come on for free, despite the fact that the money is decent. That's putting it mildly. However, this deal with the Saudi Rebel League, the LIV Golf Series, is reportedly worth a whopping $100 million. It could be worth even more, but we don't have confirmation yet. In any case, popular golfers appear to be abandoning the PGA Tour in favor of their Saudi-backed rival. DeChambeau has won 8 tournaments on the PGA Tour. As a result, he's unquestionably one of golf's top players. He's also managed to pique the interest of non-golfers, which is unusual for a golfer. His charisma, even at such a young age, is truly a gift. And it's for this reason that he's compared to golf legends like Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy, Jordan SPIEF, and Phil Mickelson. However, Bryson DeChambeau has a history of erratic behavior with the PGA Tour, which is why he has steadily lost favor with them at this moment, though it doesn't matter because he plainly has options following DeChambeau's troubled relationship with the PGA Tour. DeChambeau will compete in the next LIV Golf event, which will take place in Oregon at the end of June. Nothing could possibly persuade him to change his mind, he said PGA Commissioner Jay Monahan. This may appear to be a broad statement, but the Chambeau remain unapologetic about it. DeChambeau's situation may be improving. But do they have a chance on the PGA Tour? Some sources say yes, which is unexpected given that DeChambeau is still one of their most valuable assets. The PGA Tour, rather than being a professional sporting tournament, appears to have become his personal playground as a result of his celebrity. Bryson DeChambeau, according to numerous PGA Tour players, agents, employees, and caddies, acted in a questionable manner on numerous occasions. According to one tour source, DeChambeau's believed he didn't have to follow anyone's rules but his own. That's a really crazy statement. However, we assume that this practice was conventional on the PGA Tour, since additional tales of Bryson following his lead from the PGA Tour in 2016 rolled in. The young golfer allegedly hurled profanities at a volunteer who couldn't recover his errant ball after making his way on the PGA Tour. He was not properly disciplined during the tour, and this certainly set them behind. Because this pattern lasted until the second half of the 21st century. DeChambeau once tried to enter a hotel but couldn't since he didn't have any identification. He was also unfamiliar to the personnel. His retort was equally as ferocious. He erupted in rage at the hotel workers who had done nothing wrong. They were following their guidelines and taking the necessary precautions due to the pandemic. This is where we are now. It was only logical for the PGA to address it. Because of his growing fame, the PGA Tour considered him as a minor issue. But there were also episodes like this, which he began at the Rocket Mortgage and then continued at the Monument, when he told an official that his rulings were nonsense. He also mentioned the status of the courses, expressing frustration that these greens were not well welcomed by PGA Tour officials. They tried to explain to him why his behavior was unacceptable, but he refused to listen. According to an informed source, he simply does not want any guidance at all. Bryson DeChambeau appears to be adamant about forging his own path, no matter how contentious that may be. Despite this, supporters are eager to see what comes next in his career, which has just begun. Now, other debates welcome innovation in both their careers, and DeChambeau is unquestionably a popular favorite. He's one of the younger players, and he's experimenting with social media sites like TikTok and YouTube to communicate with his fans. This, too, went against a few PGA Tour rules, but he persisted despite their protests. DeChambeau also refused to get vaccinated while playing golf in the thick of the epidemic, claiming that it was better or that people who needed the vaccination more than he did would get it. That's ludicrous, given that immunizations are in plentiful supply in the United States. Fans also believe that DeChambeau went back on his words when he claimed he wouldn't leave the PGA Tour as long as the world's finest players were in, but you struck a deal with the LMU Golf Series and he's already signed with a PGA Tour and will be playing with them for the foreseeable future. People speculate that the massive sum of $100 million that someone is earning has something to do with it, but so does his tumultuous history with the PGA Tour. In any case, Bryson DeChambeau's golfing career appears to have a bright future, as the world of golf has been flipped upside down this year. There appears to be a lot going on. Let's take a look at the events of the past week. 17 golfers have been suspended from the PGA Tour. Yes, you read that correctly. The PGA Tour has suspended 17 players, according to reports. That's a lot of information. The reason for this is simple: they're competing in a Saudi-backed rival LIV golf competition, which has even barred Phil Mickelson, who plays at the Centurion clubs. This suspension for the 17 players is for an indeterminate amount of time, but we have no idea how long it will go. In a letter to all players who have decided to join the other league, Commissioner Jay Monahan stated that they will not be able to enjoy the perks of being a PGA Tour member at the same time. He also discusses how the entire situation is demeaning to many longtime PGA Tour viewers. What do you think will happen next? Patrick Reed is frustrated because it appears that all of these young potential players are foregoing their PGA Tour legacies in exchange for multi-million-dollar payouts at the LIV Golf Series, according to one of them. He's had a rough year, but it appears that golf is precisely where it needs to be right now, according to him. But he's been going through a swing change, which isn't ideal, and he's been having his own personal issues with it this year. It's evident that he's been reflecting a lot, and we can only hope that things improve for him and the Warriors lose Game 3 of the finals. Finally, Rafael Nadal has a long-term ailment. Since he was 18, Nadal has suffered with Muller-Weiss syndrome, which has a significant impact on his performance. Despite this, he has won a number of tournaments, including 13 French Opens. Unfortunately, his left foot issue has been increasing for the time being. Despite this, he continues to train at Roland Garros while under anesthetic for his injuries. He is motivated to rehabilitate in time for Wimbledon, thanks to the anesthetic that lets him to train without experiencing any pain. Fans are sending prayers and good wishes his way, despite his doctor's advice to be cautious. What do you think about this video? Do let us know down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.